I'm Adam, McDonough School, and I am thinking about how flipping my classroom can and has enhanced teaching and learning. So here we go. Here's a story of my journey. About 3 or 4 years ago, I was thinking about many of these opportunities. I was hoping to provide more frequent, daily feedback to each and every one of my kids. I was hoping to engage my students more, have them do more, and listen less. I was hoping to have less blanket lecture time where I'm delivering content universally to the whole class in the same way at the same time. I was hoping to have more time in class for good problems. I was hoping to connect better with individual kids during class. I was hoping to allow for, at the very least, partial differentiation to meet kids where they were and move them along, wherever that may be. I was hoping to assign reasonable homework assignments. And I was hoping to have my kids collaborate and communicate more, and by doing so, enhance their own understanding. Basically, what I was trying to do is enhance and make the most of what is very valuable, very precious class time. So for me, it was a big time issue. How can I best utilize the time, the 50 minutes that we have together every day? So basically, to summarize, I want a whole less of this. Less 2-minute homeworks. Of course, nobody does the last 2 or 3 problems. And I certainly wanted less of this. And of course, I'm not a skilled lecturer, and that was oftentimes the case when I would ramble on for 40 or 50 minutes in a row. What I did want, however, was a heck of a lot more of this. More collaboration, more doing, more engagement. And here's what we came up with. We flipped. And by flipping our classroom, both myself and my kids, my students, have been freed. It's been very liberating. And so here's what it looks like. Here's the rub. So far for us, of course. And it can look different for anybody who's going to flip. And we don't flip all the time. For me, what I need to do is prepare and create a 5 to 10 minute video. And I do so using Camtasia. It's a program that records what's on the screen. That's what I'm using right now. And then what I do is I post that video on YouTube. Okay, I send an email to my kids with the YouTube link in it. And I simply tell them, please watch this video and take notes and be ready for a quick one-question quiz tomorrow. Okay. What I also have to do is prepare the classwork for the following day. So that's a preparation on my part. Now, in this model, what we're doing is we're using these videos to deliver content. Okay. So I'm taking 5 or 10 minute video at night to deliver what would be 15 or 20 minutes in class. Okay. So the content delivery, or at least the intro or partial content delivery, occurs at night. Kids take notes as they watch it. They can rewind, they can replay, they can do a lot of things with those things. And I require them to take notes too. Holds them more accountable. So class, that frees us up in class to do a lot. So we have 50 minutes of time, of opportunities to work, to do math. And so here's what it has looked like for us most of the time. We start off with a quick little one-question quiz, right? That's how I hold them accountable. Sometimes open notes, sometimes closed notes. Then we open it up for questions. Do the kids have any questions? What did you get out of the video? What was confusing? Et cetera, et cetera. Maybe do another problem or two for them if they need it, if I feel they need it. But most of the time they don't. And then we just get right into doing work, right? So the kids are working in groups, working on the board, working by themselves. And using this model, that's one of the better strengths to this model, where we have, instead of the last 5 or 10 minutes of class to do work, the kids almost have the entire class to do problems, which I have created from the textbook, from other sources, to kind of enhance their opportunities to do problems and get through a lot of different types of problems. Okay. So in class, what I do is, I teach and I reteach and I coach and I support and I guide and I facilitate and I ask questions and I answer questions. I tutor, etc., etc. Oftentimes when I feel a lot of people are having the same problem, we'll stop and we'll rewind, we'll go over a concept, I'll model a problem on the board, it's really freed me up to do a lot of different things, and it's challenging for sure, but it's very rewarding. That said, here's an example of one of my Raggedy videos, and I do choose to make them. There are certainly a lot of videos out there that I could use, do the same thing, probably better. But I think there's value to having the students hear my voice and see my raggedy handwriting. And I think it's important to understand that they're not going to be perfect, because we're certainly not perfect when we present content in class either.
Minus when I factor out sine of x, a 1 there. And then, of course, I have to remember that there's...
Okay, that's enough of that. Oftentimes I'll type sometimes I'll use a website, Geometry Sketchpad, whatever. Okay, a lot of different things. Here is what it feels like, really. It really feels like a partnership. I like to use this wagon wheel as kind of, here I am at the hub, kind of holding all this together, right? And so by presenting the content or some of the content or introducing the content at night, it kind of frees us up to go in a lot of different directions during the day, particularly for us to best use class time by doing problems. Okay, it frees me up to do a lot of things that I would rather be doing than lecturing for the whole time. And it allows kids to kind of go at their own pace to do work, and to do work with the support of a teacher and their peers with them, where they're more likely to push through those challenging problems. So, I do have a channel which I can take a peek at real quick. Here's my YouTube channel, and you can store these videos really anywhere. I just choose to store them on YouTube, and here's my channel, and you can see how many kids are looking at them and how many kids aren't looking at them. Sometimes we use the calculators, sometimes we use Geometry Sketchpad, other times I'm just writing, sometimes we use websites, etc., etc. We've had kids make them in the past. So these videos are always up there, and kids can always reference them. And, as we reviewed for our exams recently, many of our kids did go back and reference some of these videos. Okay, and then again, the program we use is Camtasia, and there are lots of options out there. Okay, so that said, where does that leave us? What do you think? What questions do you have? Any comments, insights, tweaks, pros, cons, etc., etc. I'll really be looking forward to a conversation tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow in my classroom. That's room 21, Allen Building. Come with questions. Take care. See ya.